Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. And 2K just dropped their final Courtside report, the final bit of news, as we are just about a day away from at least the early access of NBA 2K26. And I will definitely be streaming NBA 2K26 starting at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for everything NBA 2K26 related. I want to say on 2K25, we did a day one stream for like 13, 14, 15 hours. And I would imagine it's going to be something very similar to that. So make sure to pop in right around 11 a.m. We're going to be in the builder making our first build, our interior center. Then we're going to do everything about the grind, the build specialization quest, grind our badges, seeing everything throughout the city as a whole and everything, seeing the rec center, seeing everything. Maybe some park gameplay as well. I don't know. But we are finally here at long last. The Christmas morning before the Christmas morning. We are just about ready for NBA 2K26 to release. So we're going to watch this Courtside report video first about the city. Just going to watch it straight through. Not going to pause or anything like that. And then we're going to go into the actual Courtside report, going to do a lot of reading, and then that's when we will give our thoughts on everything. So if you haven't seen the video because it literally just dropped 2 minutes ago as I'm streaming, well, here we go.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with Eric from NBA 2K to guide you through this year's City. The City in NBA 2K26 is driven by hoops with a more accessible and competitive layout to keep you on the court more often. Now let's get to it.
In NBA 2K26, the city is even more accessible and convenient, making it easier to visit points of interest and, most importantly, get on the court faster. The first thing you'll notice when entering the city is how buttery smooth and fluid the movement and camera panning feels. For the first time, we are now running at 60 frames per second citywide on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X consoles. Based entirely on community feedback, the city also received new lighting improvements, including a fixed time of day that will reduce harsh shadows and sunlight when playing games outdoors in places like the park. This year, the city features an open-air plaza with a Gatorade training facility, event center, arena, and other locations all within walking distance. The theater, rec, proving grounds, swags, and more line the perimeter of the city, making it easy to go door to door to play in all of the refreshed lobbies, courts, and arenas. Not only is it easier and faster to get on the court, but with the new swap build feature, you no longer need to leave the city in order to swap between your My Players.
I know I said I was going to pause that much, but hey, yo! Hold up! Okay!
Seamlessly changed to another build best suited to what your squad needs, right on the spot. NBA 2K26 builds on 2K25's goal of a more intimate and accessible world. You can see just about every area in the city no matter where you are standing and very quickly go from one place to another. Long a defining feature of NBA 2K, parks are back in NBA 2K26 with bold new features to make every season and even every day a new experience. Parks in NBA 2K26 have been designed with a more natural and grounded feel for a more realistic aesthetic, typical of what you'd see in a real-life environment. Access the park in 2K26 by entering the giant rotating basketball that not only serves as the centerpiece of the city, but also as your gateway to a new location featuring stunning courts. Every 6 weeks at the start of a new season, a different park environment will be introduced. Along with a number of new original designs, you will also find yourself playing in complete HD remasters of all of our iconic NBA 2K16 parks. Season 1's park is a brand new locale called Skyline Park. Set in a magnificent urban environment, Skyline Park captures the essence of hooping and competing on your favorite neighborhood courts. Team up with your friends and visit the park to start competing for bragging rights and big rewards.
Okay, so once again, I apologize. I'm not going to pause that much and everything, but I just want to pull something up for a second. Chat, tell me this 2K26 park does not look a lot like this. So take that as you will. Like, I can't be the only one who's getting these kind of vibes when I look at this. Right? It's similar to NBA 2K14 on that version's next gen, where it's the PS4 and Xbox One, right? The green textures, the more like realistic feel. Like, gone are the days where, like, for instance, 2K25, we were in like this like big castle setting, this big like warehouse machinery, like warehouse facility. Like, now it's way more like street ball courts grounded. Now, I will say it's a lot like the NBA 2K14, as you're seeing right here, vibes, but I also will say, just playing 2K throughout the years and everything, that another year where they went the more realism routes as far as parks and like street ball, like what you would actually see, was the 2K18 gray street ball courts. But we know, because it was constant gray, it was very depressing looking. It was not fun to play. The whole facade got old very, very quickly. So take that as you will, chat. All right, back to the video.
Skyline Park captures the essence of hooping and competing on your favorite neighborhood courts. Team up with your friends and visit the park to start competing for bragging rights and big rewards. To support our complete redesign of parks, we've also added park MVPs, streak setters, and streak breakers to make things a little more interesting and a lot more competitive. Park MVPs, the top rep player in each park, will be marked with a park MVP icon, visible above their head and also in the bird's eye view of the court, so you can easily spot where they are playing. Playing against the park MVP can be a very rewarding experience. If you can defeat the park MVP, you'll earn 5x rep and 5x VC for that game. The park
5x rep is crazy. Also, I do like all the improvements that they are making to the park, because 2K, I don't know if 2K has like said it themselves, but they have said for 2K25, no one is playing the park anymore. Everyone is opting for the city, or not the city, the theater. No one's playing the city park anymore. People are opting for the theater, which makes sense, because in the parks, you have to go to a court, you have to find a game, you have to wait for a court to be available, so you have to wait for the game to end. Then there's a chance that once the game ends, the team that wins hops off the court, checks your win percentage in, they get scared because it's too high, and they run away, and you just wasted like 20 minutes of your time. But in the theater, you go into the game, you go in the lobby, and it's instant matchmaking, and you get to a game very, very quickly. So, given all these incentives improvements for you to play the park, I like it. But once again, I'm holding my whole judgment opinions once we get to Corsair Report.
MVP bonus is earnable every 3 hours, so get out there and chase them down. Streak setters. Etch your greatness in the park by setting the longest win streak for a court in the current season. The players with the longest streak on each court will have their names spotlighted right on the court for all to see. On the flip side, the all-new Streak Breakers feature will reward you with VC for ending another team's active win streak. The longer your opponent's streak, the more VC you'll earn for snapping it. There's no limit to how many Streak Breaker bonuses you can earn in a day. So get out there and chase those big streaks. Lastly, all park games in NBA 2K26 will give you a 25% rep bonus all year long for all.
Dakota, are you liking the park, the city, Courtside Report? Are you liking what you're hearing? If so, follow-up question, is this a year where we go back to our 2K21 roots on the PS4, where we were a lot more park players? Because I miss it.
Games played. Come celebrate the revamped park experience with us, and we'll see you out there. In NBA 2K26, we've replaced affiliations in favor of a more custom, community-driven approach with an all-new feature called Cruise. Cruise is a feature where you can team up with...
Hold up. Pausing for a second. Hold up. I want to hear that again. Hold up. Wait a minute.
In NBA 2K26, we've replaced affiliations in favor of a more custom, community-driven approach with an all-new feature called Cruise.
It's not a new feature because this was in 2K11. You lying assholes. All right? You lying assholes. This is not a new feature. Stop taking away this is the same thing that Madden does, Call of Duty does. That's what a lot of games do. Is they take a feature out and then 10, 11 years later, they bring it back and call it new. This is not new.
Crews is a feature where you can team up with your friends and community members to earn great rewards. Simply play games or work with your crew to complete weekly goals that help you rise through the ranks of all 30 crew levels, earning rewards in the process. You can unlock custom branded crew clothing featuring your own uploaded crew logo, VC and rep bonuses, unlimited boosts, max +1 badge perks, and yes, even cap breakers. Crews can be exclusive to you and your friends if you want, or you can grow your crew to a maximum of 50 players. Crews offer flexibility and a creative outlet for everyone. Your gamer plate will allow others to see which crew you are representing, your crew logo, and your crew level to show off your progress. Gather your crew and keep an eye on the crew leaderboard to see who is truly running the city. Challenges are a new feature in NBA 2K26 that offer a great way to both learn what the city has to offer as well as, well, challenge you to see what heights you can reach. Complete beginner, daily, seasonal, and lifetime challenges to earn VC, rep bonuses, exclusive cosmetics you can't get anywhere else, and yes, cap breakers. All you have to do is play, and the rewards will start.
I'm assuming Crews is not going to have any connotation or any impact on the rec. I would assume not. Because I would say when it comes to an actual 5v5 court setting, then if you're able to do the Crews and rec, then it kind of removes the whole impact of Pro-Am, I feel. Because Pro-Am's the same deal. You have a squad, you have a team put together, and you play instead of a 3v3 or 2v2 park street ball game, you're in a full-on NBA court street style NBA 5v5 game. So it kind of removes the Pro-Am a little bit. So I'd imagine it's exclusively just for park, but at least that's my interpretation.
Flowing your way as you rack up stats and wins. Keeping the competitive theme going, we've added leaderboards all around the city so everyone can keep an eye on where they rank. In 2K26, there are new types of leaderboards to track your accomplishments. These include modes, geo-rank, and crews. Mode leaderboards focus on the players with the most wins in the park, theater, the rec, proving grounds, starting five, and ante up. You can also view your own rank on these leaderboards to see how well you measure up against the competition. These leaderboards are updated daily, and the #1 ranked player in each mode will have a giant 12-foot statue of their My Player built right outside of that mode's building. Geo-rank leaderboards celebrate the...
Are you able to change your pose, or is it random? It's a subtle question, but I think it matters a lot.
Most victorious players across the globe and allow you to filter by different geographical regions, including all 50 US states. If you are one of the top players in any region of the world, you will get a custom show-off flare shown during your pre-game intros.
Man, rip to the people who live in like California or New York or something like that. Rip to those people. So I guess that means, chat, all of us gotta move to states like Idaho or New Jersey just to have a chance to get on the geo ranked. Because no one is making it if we're in California. I'm telling you that right now.
If you are the number 23 player in California or the number 7 player in France, everyone is going to know your name. So get out there and rep your home. The Pro-Am Summit is a new experience in NBA 2K26 that offers true, competitive, tournament-based team play. Twice a season, try your luck in the Pro-Am Summit and enter 3v3 and 5v5 tournaments to compete for citywide
Midwest Skywalkers or Midwest Hustle? Interesting. But I would say the question is, do you consider Missouri to be in the Midwest? Follow-up question, is Arkansas in the Midwest?
recognition, and some awesome rewards. The Pro-Am Summit will take place every 3 weeks with competitive play happening on Saturday and Sunday of Summit weekends. To qualify, all your team needs to do is play 10 Pro-Am games together in the weeks leading up to the next Summit. During Summit weekend, each game your team plays is scored based on the outcome and your performances. The Pro-Am Summit leaderboard ranks each team by the sum of your 5 highest game scores for that weekend. The top 5, top 10, and top 100 teams will each receive elite rewards fit for the best organized teams in the city. Become basketball royalty in the new Street Kings game mode. Last year, Street Ball featured 3 courts spread out across the city, but this year we have centrally located the courts into one convenient new location with lots of new features. Play solo or link up with 2 friends to challenge skilled CPU bosses. This all-in-one approach features a more cohesive look and feel with 3 very distinct and very cool courts to play on. Street Kings is a great way to level up your MyPlayer and earn 40 levels of rewards that will give you a truly unique look out in the city. Upgrade your badges, test out new animations, and sharpen your skills on the Street Kings courts.
I am hoping that it's a lot like last year where you're able to team up with your friends and grind badges. Because doing that Street Ball challenge mode with friends like Dakota on day 1 of 2K25 releasing was very fun. So I'm hoping that feature is back. You're able to play with friends and grind badges. Because any opportunity you have to grind badges with your friends makes this experience rewarding, because grinding badges takes so long. Everyone knows it takes so long.
The city is the home of basketball, but your MyCourt is your dedicated space to work on your game. Choose new drill options, practice your free throws, catch alley-oops, perfect putback dunk timing, or freestyle to master all of the gameplay controls. For more focused practice, visit Learn2K to improve your game with new additions that will make you a better player. Your MyCourt features new customization options that allow you to put your own stamp on the design. This year, you can customize the court floor with pre-designed floors earned through rewards, or you can even use the full court editor to design your own floor. Control every detail from the wood colors, line colors, logos, even the basket stanchion design itself can be customized.
I'm noticing a trend, and I like it. But we're gonna probably dive into a lot more when we actually read the courts report. But I'm noticing like going up to the My Court and changing, as you can see, the court floor, murals, baskets. On the actual Park City itself, you're able to change your build right there in the builder. You don't have to go back into the main menu, My Career, save file screen, then go to the builder, wait for another loading screen, and then wait for you to boot into another city. They are reducing the loading screens, which is a very small detail, but I like it because any chance you have to reduce the loading time and wait time, and you increase the chance and the opportunity to actually play the game, is a huge win in my book, no matter what.
To complete your look. It's been fun chatting about the new features and city improvements.
Appreciate you guys stopping by to kick it with me and Eric in the city. When NBA 2K26 drops on September 5th, y'all know where to find me. Can't wait to see you on the court, and I'll be ready for all the smoke. Pre-order NBA 2K26.
All right. Now, let us head into the actual courtside report. Here we go. All right. So, we just watched the video, NBA 2K26, the city courtside report. Missouri is obviously in the Midwest. And it's used up because you're Chicago roots. Yeah, I get you. I just know, like, it's very similar. I know you don't follow, like, college football and basketball as much as I do and everything. But it's the same deal where it's like, oh, Missouri doesn't belong in the SEC because they're not in the South. But they're also not in the Midwest, apparently. Okay, so what are they? They're not in the Midwest because the Midwest is like Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. That's the Midwest. But then it's also not in the South because they're not like Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. So then what are they then? They're not in the Midwest and they're not in the South. I wonder if we create a crew and go to Street Kings if we get crew rep. I just hope these rewards are attainable. Not only rewards are attainable, but the rewards are good enough. Because to me, it's the same thing with the whole season rewards, rep rewards, which I'm hoping is in the city courts report because we did not hear anything about it on the video. I'm hoping we actually don't see the rep rewards the first time and the actual game itself on August 29th. Not only the rewards have to be spread out and varied, but they also have to be good, right? You can have 300 rewards out there, but if only 10 of them are good, then what's the point of grinding all the way to Legend 5? All right, here we go. So the city in NBA 2K26 builds on 2K25's goal of a more intimate and accessible world. You can see just about every area in the city, no matter where you're standing, very quickly go from one place to another, and most importantly, get on the court faster. Which is what I was talking about before, about reducing the loading times and get into games quicker. The first thing to notice when entering a city is now buttery smooth and fluid the movement and camera panning feels. Running at 60 frames per second for the very first time. Okay, it sounds nice in theory, but we know 2K is not the crown jewel when it comes to like button delays, issues, latency, load screen issues, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Look, I will gladly eat crow if I'm wrong, but on day one, 2K26 coming out, I don't know if we'll be experiencing those buttery loading times, but maybe a week or two after the game drops, then maybe we'll start to see that buttery smooth movement. But hey, I'll gladly shut up if I'm wrong. That on August 29th, when the game first drops, we're not experiencing latency issues. The city also received new light improvements, include a fixed time of day, that includes harsh shadows and sunlight when playing games outdoors. Yeah, so what they're talking about is in previous years, there will be like on one side of the half court, in the corner, it will be an aggressive shadow, so it's very hard to see if you're either standing on bounds or not. So I guess they fix that. It's a small detail, but it's a much needed improvement, so cool. 2K26's city features an open-air plaza with Gatorade train facility, event center, arena, and other locations all within walking distance. The theater, rec, proving grounds, and more line the perimeter of the city, making it easier to go door to door to play in all refreshed lobbies, courts, and arenas. So this is the map of the city. Chat, what are you thinking about it? I would say just the overall vibe of impression of making the city smaller and it being easier to walk around. I like it. We saw this from going from 2K24 to 2K25, where 2K23, 2K24 had this like massive, like actual city, right? It was massive, no pause. But it was all this like big, wide, actual city. Like they fulfilled the promise that this is a city, but the problem is because it was city, it was so massive and there was like 80% empty space. There was like all these buildings that you could not interact with or go into or anything. It was just space just to add to an actual city. And it took like 10, 15 minutes, even on like a bike, to get around to any park or anything, which was annoying and tedious, where it's like, hey, there's a court open. You spend 10 minutes riding your bike to the park, and then it's like, oh, that court was taken up. Then you gotta drive 15, 20 minutes to go to another park. Seasonal parks. Sorry, I'm just reading chat as well. Before the city developed into the thriving basketball metropolis we know today, there was the park. Introducing, I knew I wasn't off of the 2K14 vibes, but introducing 2K14, the park was the birthplace of online MyPlayer competition, where friends in the community could come together to enjoy pickup games. Long defined part of NBA 2K, parks are back in 2K26 with bold new features to make every season and even every day a new experience. The past few years, the city has been an amusement park of sorts, with fantastical regions and futuristic environments. NBA 2K26's parks are getting back to basics with a more natural and grounded feel, with a more realistic aesthetic, typical of what you see in a real-world environment. At the start of each new season, every 6 weeks, a different park environment will be introduced, along with a number of original designs. You'll also find yourself playing complete HD remasters of 4 iconic NBA 2K16 My Parks. I don't know if I said any of that right. Season 1's park is a brand new locale called Skyline Park, set in a magnificent urban environment that captures the essence of hooping and competing on your favorite neighboring courts. Team up with your friends and visit the park to start competing for bragging rights and rewards. To further celebrate the return of Park, the competition is incentivized with Park MVPs, streak setters, streak breakers, and a 25% rep bonus to keep you coming back for bragging rights and leveling up. Yes, this is what I talked about earlier of how no one plays the city, no one plays the park anymore because of having to wait for games got very tedious, very annoying, and people just instead opted for the theater, which is the instant matchmaking lobbies, which I do like, and I hope that feature stays around. So having incentives to actually play the park is nice, especially if you're someone who cares about the rep grind. You know, stuff like streak setters, streak breakers, and a 25% rep bonus, you're probably playing on the rep a lot more if you play the park. Park MVPs. The top rep player in each park server will be marked with a Park MVP icon. Also in bird's eye view, so you can easily spot where they are playing. Playing against the MVP can be a very rewarding experience. If you defeat the MVP, you'll earn a 5 times rep and 5 times VC for that game. The Park MVP bonus is earnable once every 3 hours, so get out there and chase them down. Man. All these improvements, I may have to try out the park, this city, and see if I can take down some of these park MVPs, especially on day 1. Man. I'm going to have to try this out. Because I know in 2K21 current gen, on my center build that year, we were the top reps of the entire park. And it was fun. It was such a rewarding experience. We went on like 40, 50 game win streaks. And it got to a point where our rep was so high in day 1 where we could not get a game. The park we had taken over and had the highest rep, no one else would play us. And then we would travel to a different park, a different lobby, and no one would play us because we hop on the spots. People would check the rep and like, oh, they run away. So interesting. People actually going to be working for Smoke this year. At your greatest in the park by setting the longest win streak for a court in the current season. The players with the longest streak on each court will have their names spotlighted right on the side of the court for all to see. Take over a court, rattle off consecutive wins, and stamp your name as the top my player on the block. Streak breakers. On the flip side, derail another team's active win streak to earn more VC. With an all-new streak breaker bonus, there's real motivation to seek out the hottest teams in the park and end their reign. The longer your opponent's streak, the more VC you earn for snapping it. Start earning bonus VC by snapping a 5-game win streak. Once a team reaches 20 wins, every win after that adds 1,000 VC to the total you earn. If you're the one to end a 30-game win streak, you earn a 30,000 VC bonus. There's no limit to how many streak breaker bonuses you earn. Interesting. Man. It's almost like it's a huge risk to go onto a streak, right? It's a huge risk. Because before, you would go on a streak and sure, you would have like some activity, some action, some people trying to end your streak and everything. But you did not get extra rep. You did not get extra VC, right? It was kind of just up to people's own accord. Oh, let's go to this 10-game court streak and try to end it. And that was it. It was off your own motivation. But now the game is actually motivating you, giving you incentives to try to end streaks. Interesting. So if you go on a streak, you better hope you bring your A game every single game, because the other team, they will. Boost your MyPlayer rep in the park with a 25% rep bonus. All park games played in 2K26 will activate a 25% rep boost. Interesting. Continue reading to learn more about rep rewards to be able to see in 2K26. Okay. I do wonder if we have a full breakdown, full image of what the rep rewards are. So, is the park the wave? Is the park the move? If you're someone that cares about rep and grinding rep and going to legend. Now, I will say, I have never hit legend, not even anything close. But is park the move? It sounds like it. If you're trying to have started 3 as soon as possible to hit those cap breakers, which we don't know when those cap breaker rewards are available in the park rewards. I'm just going off of 2K25. If you're someone who cares about having those cap breakers from the rep rewards as soon as possible, you may be just opting for the park instead of the rec. Cruise. Rally your friends and establish your own affiliation with an all-new feature in Cruise. Once again, it's not an all-new feature. It was in games like 2K11. Stop lying. Cruise can be a tight-knit with you and your friends if you want, or grow up to 50 players. Cruise offers flexibility and a more creative outlet for everyone. Your MyPlayer nameplate will allow others to see which crew you're representing, your crew logo, and your crew level to show off your progress. Simply play games or work with your crew to compete weekly goals to help you rise to the ranks of all 30 levels. Include custom crew logos, custom branding, 4 cap breakers, VC or rep multipliers, unlimited boosts, and more. Man. The problem is for our group with us and everything, those rewards sound so nice. They sound amazing. Right? It sounds amazing having cap breakers and max plus ones and unlimited boosts and VC multipliers and rep multipliers. All that sounds nice. What the problem is, our group is not the pro scene. So we may not be able to reap those benefits, but hey, at least the rewards are offered, so maybe we get at least a piece. New leaderboards. They talked about this in the video. There are new types of leaderboards throughout the city to track your accomplishments. Mode leaderboards spotlight the players with the most wins in Park, Theater, the Rec, Proving Grounds, Triple Threat, Starting 5, and the Ante-Up. Leaderboards update daily, and a towering 12-foot statue of the #1 ranked player in each of these modes will be built outside that mode's building, showcasing the success of all who to see. Then geo-rank leaderboards celebrate the most victorious players across the globe and allow you to filter by different geographical locations, including all 50 US states. If you're one of the top players in any region, you'll get a custom show-off flare shown during your pregame intro. The rep system from 2K25 returns in 2K26, but with fresh rewards. Players familiar with rep and this city will recognize the rookie, starter, veteran, and legend categories and their 5-tier structure. Rookie 1 to Rookie 5, Legend 1 to Legend 5. At each tier, players can unlock different rewards ranging from cap breakers, boosters, animations, VC, and more. Earn your place in 2K26 and accumulate rep to achieve legend status. So unfortunately, we do not see, I'm assuming, because we just talked about it, this is all we get. Just a sentence about the rep rewards and the rep race go from Rookie 1 to Legend 5. So, unfortunately, we don't know. It doesn't seem like it. Unfortunately, we're not going to know stuff like cap breakers if it's transition from 2K25 where it's like the first 5 cap breakers is starter 3, and then it's vet 2, and then legend 1 is the 15 cap breakers in 2K26. I guess that's something we unfortunately have to find out when the game releases, unfortunately. So if you're someone who is making your build going the cap breakers route with cap breakers in mind, I would say be a little bit warned. Me personally, obviously you can do whatever you want. It's your game, it's your build, it's your money, your time at the end of the day. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying, me personally, my day 1 build, I'm making it with 2 cap breakers in mind. And the 2 cap breakers I'm using in mind is from the build specialization quest. That is it. But as far as the rep race and how the rewards are structured, I am not using those cap breakers to make my day 1 build. That's how I'm doing it, but do your own risk, do what works for you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, what you can't do. Pro-Am Summit. Twice a season, teams in the city will come together for the Pro-Am Summit to compete in 3v3 and 5v5 tournaments. The Pro-Am Summit will happen every 3 weeks, with competitive play happening on Saturday and Sunday of Summit weekends. The first will be on September 21st and 22nd. To qualify, all your team needs to do is play 10 Pro-Am games together in the weeks leading up. So you don't have to win, you just have to play them. Interesting. During the weekend, each game your team plays is scored based on the outcome of your performance. The leaderboard ranks each team by the sum of the 5 highest game scores from that weekend. The top 5, 10, 50, and 100 teams will receive elite rewards fit for the best organized teams in this city. Street Canes. Rule the new Street Canes mode and lead your team victory. Last year, Street Ball featured 3 courts spread across the city, but this year we connected to one convenient new location with lots of new features. Play solo or join forces with up to 2 friends, then challenge skilled CPU bosses. Great! That's what I like to hear. Allow us to play with our friends to make the overall and badge grind easier, because we all know the badge and overall grind is a slog to get through. And having anything to help reduce the monotonous tedium is rewarding. So that's definitely something I'm going to be doing day 1. Is Street Kings, just like last year. This all-in-one approach boasts a more cohesive design. Players will be welcomed by an impressive collegiate style of building with Roman-inspired archaeological features, with adjoining courts on opposite sides of the complex. This is just a bunch of bobbledygook. Like, what did I even read? Street Canes is a great way to level up your player and earn 40 levels of rewards that will give you a truly unique look in the city. Upgrade your badges, test out new animations, sharpen your skills on the Street Canes battlefield. So, I'm assuming they say this part is a great way to level up your my player and earn 40 levels of rewards. I'm assuming it's not an extra 40 levels of rewards just in the Street Canes mode. What they mean is the level 40 battle pass. That's what they mean of Street Kings. Because I highly doubt 2K went to the trouble in making another brand new reward system for Street Kings alone, on top of the rep race, on top of the cruise, on top of the Pro-Am, right? I doubt it. Like, to me, this is probably just the battle pass for each season. Challenges. There's always something new to do in 2K26. Challenges are a new feature in 2K26 that offer a great way to both learn what the city has to offer and challenge you to see what heights you can reach. To guide and reward you, the city now has beginner, daily, seasonal, and lifetime challenges starring VC, rep bonuses, and exclusive cosmetics you can't get anywhere else. And yes, even cap breakers. Oh. Okay. So beginner. Take a tour of the city with these onboarding challenges, designed to help you find the game mode that best suits you, like check out the new park, visiting your buy court, and upgrading your player. I feel like you're, as it says, beginner, you're gonna do that just by default, not even look at the quest challenge. Like, yo, I upgrade my player. Oh, I checked out the street ball courts. I got that reward. I was gonna do that anyways. Okay. Daily. Each day you can complete 3 new challenges to earn VC. These are quick and easy tasks like playing a game or collecting your daily reward. Completing all 3 will activate 1 hour of double rep. On top of that, if you purchase the Pro Pass or Hall of Fame Pass, you get even more bonus VC for completing all your daily challenges. Then we get to seasonal. Each season, there will be a variety of new challenges to earn VC, season rep, and exclusive cosmetics. Lifetime. Complete challenges in each game mode with all year long to earn even more rewards, including exclusive cosmetics you can wear in all game modes, including the Wreck, shoes that boost your out-of-game run speed by 200%, and a massive mech helmet, large quantities of VC, and yes, even cap breakers. God, what are these challenges? Like, if it's something like Lifetime, it has to be something massive. No pause. So let's just say it's win 1,000 games in the park, Pro-Am, or the Rec. It's like win 1,000 games. And then on top of that, not only win 1,000 games, but it's like make 2,003s or something like that. You know, going back to the build specialization quests, right? Because let's be honest, you know, some players, you know, win 1,000 games in the Rec will take them, you know, at maximum a week. But then you have people like me who have a full-time job and it's not their job to play 2K all day and everything, where 1,000 games, it's going to take a lot longer. Alternate between My Player builds with ease using the new swap build feature. Switch between your My Player without leaving the city, remove the hassle of rejoining your squad in the server you're in. Even though it is even more hassle because when you leave the city to change your build, you go to a new build and you enter a brand new city, brand new server. Then you have to wait for another loading screen to rejoin the server you were already in. Well, like that. And especially someone like me, who's going to have probably like 5-6 builds this year because of the new rebirth system. Yeah, this is definitely needed. My Court is your dedicated space to work on your game. Choose from the new drill options to practice your free throws, alley-oop catching, and putback dunk timing, or freestyle master all the new gameplay mechanics in 2K26, like enhanced rhythm shooting, no dip catch and shoots, and more. Your My Court features new customization options that allow you to put your own stamp on the design. This year, you can customize the court floor with pre-designed floors, earn through rewards, or you can use the full arena court editor to design your own floor. Control every detail from the wood colors, line colors, logos, even the basket stanchion designs themselves can be customized to complete your look. Okay. I would say, me personally, back then in the 2K, 15, 16, 17 days, I was someone who actually did dribble and play in my My Court, especially way back then when we would play against friends like 1v1 or 2v2 modes on our My Courts. That was a very fun time. And unfortunately, I feel like as the years have gone on, the My Court has been more and more useless. Like, you play the My Court to test out jump shots, but then after that, 5 minutes later, you abandon the My Court and you never touch the My Court again. The track. So the track is returning with the go-karts, okay. Get back in the driver's seat. In 2K26, the track is returning with 2 new vehicles and a massive VC reward every week. This year, we're introducing pocket bikes and dirt trikes for more vehicle variety and go-kart mayhem. Go head-to-head with friends via matchmaking, challenge random players online, and put the pedal to the metal to secure the fastest time and earn 1 million VC. Create custom leaderboards to you and your friends, race their ghosts for endless competitive fun, and earn season rep and VC on a weekly basis. Talking about the NBA 2K26 My Player story, but this is all like rehash stuff from before. So, okay. All of the work that went in NBA 2K26 wouldn't be possible without all of you. So, on behalf of everyone at Visual Concepts, thank you to your passion and feedback. From City to my team, the look like, gameplay enhancements, and more, we can't wait for you to experience it all in NBA 2K26. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the Courtside Reports Hub for more details about the gameplay and game modes like 2K26. Stay tuned for more news throughout the year. All right. So there we go, chat. What do you think about the final bit of news for NBA 2K26? Me personally, I'm no longer in the, news cycle mode of, okay, this news is important, or this gets me hyped, or this gets me interested. We're now just about a day away from 2K26 where I'm just like, okay, enough of the news, enough of the talking. I just need to play. I just need to see what all this game is about and everything. Like, enough of the news, enough of the talking. I want to experience it for myself. That's where my head is at. Because everything I'm hearing about the game speed being faster, builds being viable, heights being viable, every height being usable, the intention of making every build overpowered and usable just to add more build variety instead of just one build having an overwhelming gameplay advantage over everyone else. Like, it all sounds promising. I'm trying not to get in the headspace that it's all too good to be true, because if something is too good to be true, it's probably not true, right? It all sounds so good, but I'm trying not to get too hyper or anything like that, even though it all sounds too promising, because at the end of the day, I'm waiting for me, myself, personally, to get my hands on the game so I can experience it for myself, and then see if all the improvements were indeed too good to be true or not. Right? I need to play the game for myself in order to come to the full opinion, full conclusion of what I think 2K26 is going to be, whether it's a step up or it's another game where you get it, you play it throughout the year, but then once the end of the 2K cycle is over with the year ending, you uninstall, delete it, and then when people ask, 4 or 5 years later, hey, was 2K22 a good game? You're like, I don't even remember the first thing about 2K22. Who was even on the cover? I don't remember. Does 2K26 fall in that trap? I don't know, but I think that's questions that will be answered at a later time starting on Friday.